For more than 10 years, Dr. John Pol has warmed hearts on television screens worldwide. Known for his tough yet kind approach to veterinary medicine, he went from a small-town Michigan vet to a global star through the incredible Dr. Pol Now. At 82 years old, shocking news has surfaced that the cherished veterinarian is in critical condition. For the first time, the man who devoted his life to saving animals is battling for his own. Fans who once saw him as a pillar of strength are reeling. His family has requested privacy during this deeply personal ordeal. This is the story of Dr. Pol's sudden health crisis and the devastating turn that has rocked his devoted followers. As the world awaits updates, one question looms large. What happened to Dr. Pol, and will he survive this fight? Dr. John Pol was born in 1942 in the Netherlands during the turmoil of World War II. Life in post-war Europe was harsh, but young John built a quiet strength that shaped his future. Growing up on a small dairy farm, he was surrounded by animals from childhood. On that farm, his passion for veterinary work took root. He saw the vital bond between animals and people, how livestock sustained struggling families, and how one sick cow could bring financial ruin. Those early years formed his belief that every animal, no matter its size, deserved care, as did the farmers who depended on them. In the 1970s, John made a bold move to leave the Netherlands and start fresh in the United States. He and his wife Diane settled in rural Michigan, where he began practicing veterinary medicine. By 1981, he had opened Pol Veterinary Services in the small town of Weidman. With little more than hard work, determination, and a deep love for animals, Dr. Pol built one of the most respected veterinary practices in the Midwest. Unlike many vets, he tackled tough cases. He made farm visits in freezing winters, performed surgeries in muddy barns, and treated animals others refused. From cows and horses to dogs, cats, pigs, and even rare exotic pets, he handled it all. He embraced the mess, preferring it to sterile clinics. Over time, Dr. Pol earned a reputation for his practical, no-frills approach to veterinary medicine, relying on experience, instinct, and compassion rather than fancy tools. Clients traveled hours to see him, trusting his skills over modern equipment. Despite the job's physical demands and long hours, his fame grew. He worked tirelessly, in rain or snow, healthy or sick, driven by his mission to help animals and their owners. In a field where many chose comfortable clinics, Dr. Pol stayed in the fields, elbow deep in work, earning respect as one of America's hardest-working veterinarians. Dr. Pol never sought fame, but in 2011, a television producer visited his clinic and saw something special. Nat Geo Wild took a chance on a plain-spoken Michigan vet with no Hollywood charm but a huge heart. The result was The Incredible Dr. Pol, a show unlike any other. From its first episode, it connected with viewers. It avoided drama or hype, focusing on real animals, real challenges, and a real man who loved his work. Dr. Pol's blunt honesty, hands-on style, and caring nature won over millions. He showed the raw side of veterinary life, from tough choices to emotional losses, and that honesty became the show's core. Within a year, The Incredible Dr. Pol became a massive hit. Viewers worldwide were hooked, not just by sick animals, but by Dr. Pol's wisdom, humor, and stubborn grit. His Dutch accent, catchy phrases, and old-school methods made him a beloved figure across generations. The show grew beyond expectations, airing in over 100 countries, launching spin-offs and becoming a top program on Nat Geo Wild. More than 20 seasons later, it still held a loyal audience. Fans adored watching Dr. Pol work with his son, Charles, the show's producer, who added humor. They also embraced the clinic's staff, who felt like family. At its heart, the show was about Dr. Pol's love for animals. He was not just a vet, but a teacher, mentor, and moral guide, showing that veterinary work was about empathy as much as science. Being a rural veterinarian is not just a job, it is a way of life. For Dr. John Pol, it defined him. From the day he opened his practice in 1981, he embraced long days and unpredictable nights filled with farm calls, emergencies, and grueling tasks. Rural veterinary work meant driving through blizzards, working in muddy barns, and handling frightened animals weighing over 1,000 pounds. Dr. Pol never refused a case, whether it was a cow's difficult birth, a horse's injury in a frozen field, or a late-night crisis. His fearless style made him unique, but it took a toll. Large animal care is physically demanding. Every lift, twist, or sprint to a distressed animal wore on his body. Michigan's harsh weather, from icy winters to scorching summers, made every farm call a challenge. He often worked without advanced tools, relying on skill and strength alone. Dr. Pol rarely took breaks. Rest days were scarce and vacations were brief, as he always returned to his clinic. His passion for animals outweighed his own needs, pushing him to work well into his 70s and 80s, long after others retired. The emotional strain was also heavy. Losing animals, comforting grieving owners, and facing life-or-death choices took a quiet toll on his mind. Yet he kept smiling and working. Over time, fans noticed changes. In early seasons, he moved quickly and worked with endless energy. But as years passed, his steps slowed, his hands shook slightly, and he seemed cautious. Fans worried, though no official health issues were shared. Dr. Pol missed some episodes without explanation, fueling speculation about back pain, joint issues, or even heart problems. Still, he kept going, joking that age was just a number, even as he leaned on younger staff for help. In March 2025, shocking news broke. Dr. John Pol was hospitalized in critical condition. Fans who had watched him care for animals with unshakable strength were devastated to learn he was fighting for his life. Family sources confirmed the sudden, life-threatening crisis, but shared no details about its cause. The news was especially jarring because it was unrelated to earlier health rumors. Dr. Pol's family issued a short statement, asking for privacy during this painful time, offering no further information. The lack of details left fans anxious. Charles Pol, his son and show producer, posted a haunting message on social media. "Pray for Dad." Those 3 words confirmed the gravity of the situation, sending shockwaves through fans. Nat Geo Wild, the network behind Dr. Pol's fame, stayed silent, issuing no statements. The quiet from the platform that shared his story felt unsettling. Without updates, online speculation grew, with guesses ranging from a stroke to a heart attack or infection. For a man who lived openly, inviting viewers into his work, this silence was stark. The community that celebrated his show now united in fear, hoping the vet who saved so many could save himself. The news sparked a flood of support. Social media overflowed with posts using hashtags like #PrayForDrPol and #IncredibleDrPol. Fans shared memories, photos of pets Dr. Pol treated, and quotes from the show, thanking him for touching their lives. Former staff, assistants, and interns posted tributes, recalling late-night emergencies and personal advice. Clients from Michigan shared stories of Dr. Pol braving storms to save animals, becoming like family. The veterinary community rallied, noting his influence on rural vets and affordable care. Animal lovers worldwide shared favorite moments, from his gruff humor to his gentle touch with newborns. Dr. Pol's impact stretched far beyond his clinic, uniting a community in prayer for his recovery. Dr. Pol transformed rural veterinary care. From his small practice in Weidman, he focused on affordable, accessible care for underserved communities. He welcomed everyone, from farmers with sick cows to families with aging dogs, charging fair prices and working with limited tools. He treated animals others ignored, from large livestock to injured barn cats. This made him a community cornerstone. His television show extended his reach, showing rural viewers their lives mattered. He also mentored young vets, proving rural medicine was vital. At a time when large animal care was fading, Dr. Pol championed its importance, giving voice to farmers and their animals. Family was Dr. Pol's foundation. Married to Diane since the 1960s, they shared a life of hard work and purpose. Diane supported him through long nights and fame's demands. Their adopted son, Charles, produced the show and became his father's close companion, bringing humor and care to their bond. Despite fame, Dr. Pol stayed private, living simply in Michigan, close to his clinic and community. He rarely sought the spotlight, focusing on animals and local events. As Dr. Pol fights for his life, doctors are cautiously hopeful but uncertain. His age and the crisis's severity make recovery unclear. If he survives, he may face long rehabilitation and, for the first time, a step back from work. Retirement, once unthinkable, may be unavoidable. If the worst happens, tributes will pour in from fans, friends, and vets worldwide. Charles may carry on the clinic or show, honoring his father's legacy, but nothing can replace Dr. Pol himself. As fans wait, the world wonders, what happens to the clinic? Will the show go on? Can his unique legacy endure? For many, this is not just about a TV star. It is about a real man, a real family, and a life's work that changed millions of lives. Dr. Pol's story has always been about healing. Now it is about hope.